Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It is time for the Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's topic is standard time. I hope you can stay. How's everybody doing out there? Let me go grab the chat here. I was making some changes. I got an announcement coming on. I've been coordinating stuff all day with changes and stuff, and I'll get to that after I welcome everybody. So first one in the house was Brenda at Duncan 1900 Homestead, followed by Kaylin Strain, and immediately by Shadow Scout Swede. And then Susan Galley came in, then Doris Artman, and Grammy Karen's here. Gear Grinding's in the house. And it looks like I'm caught up. It jumped there. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Nope. Okay. And those are the ones that are commenting. And so, where is it here? So lurking's fine, but please, check in, say, hey, lurking, listening, doing something else while I listen to you, whatever. And please give me a thumbs up on it too. All righty. So tonight, I've been doing a little bit of research about stuff tonight. So we had the time change on Sunday. That's not the only time change coming. And so let me give you some information on this other. I want to get a few more people in here so I don't have to keep repeating the announcement here over and over again. All right, hang on here. And what does that say? Tomorrow's a big day in Kentucky. If incumbent governor is reelected, I stay in my job. If ousted, I'll be retiring from state and federal. Oh, so I take it you like the current governor and you don't like the one that's coming in. All righty, so let's talk about some stuff here. So, there are several things I've heard about, about this, and going back, and I happen to agree with this next one here. When told the reason for daylight savings time, the old Indian said only the government would believe that you can cut a foot off the top of the blanket, sew it onto the bottom, and have a longer blanket. And of course, my feelings on it is daylight savings, a bad solution for a problem that doesn't exist. And so let me go take that one more. Boom. Take that down for a second. And what if I can get it to do it here? Hang on. So I want to bring up something else here. There it is. Okay. So how did daylight savings come about? Oh, you do like the possible one coming in. Daylight savings for once. And I never understood it. Well, yeah, I got a little bit of history for you guys. Oh, I know Garden Girl's in the house. So let's bring this up here. And I'm going to read some of the stuff. So in 1784 is when the first proposal or suggestion of it came about. And Benjamin Franklin did not invent it. He merely suggested to the Parisians, because he was ambassador to France at that time, that they change their sleep schedules to save money on candles and sleeping oil. And the common misconception comes from the satirical, so how do you pronounce that, essay he wrote in the spring of 1784 that was published in the Journal de Paris. One of the problems going on is the Parisians love to party late. And so after they got everything done on taking care of their chores and managing their business, everything, then they would party, and they'd party way late in the night, burning a lot of oil, lamp oil, and candles and stuff. And he said, well, why don't you guys just, get up earlier, and then that way you can start your partying earlier and not go late. So that's where it first came up. Let's go to the next one here. Get rid of that ad. Okay. Daylight savings time. Daylight savings has been used in the United States and many European countries since World War I. At that time, in an effort to conserve fuel needed to produce electrical power, Germany, Austria took time by forelock, moving it forward, and began daylight savings at 11 p.m. until the following October. Other countries, Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Sweden, Turkey, and Nova Scotia, as well as Britain followed suit 3 weeks later. All right. It was not formally adopted in the United States until 1918. Here's the quote. In an act to preserve daylight and provide standard time for the United States was enacted. And on March 19th, 1918. They both established standard time zones and set daylight savings time to begin on March 31st. And it was observed for 7 months in 1918 and 1920. 1918 and 1919. After the war ended, the law proved so unpopular, and it still is, that it was unpopular, that it was repealed in 1819 when Congress overrode President Wilson's veto, and daylight savings became a local option and was continued in a few states such as Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and in some cities such as New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago. Gee, the problem was those are having other problems. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to go there. During World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or I should say Franklin Demon Rat Roosevelt, instituted year-round daylight savings time, and it was very unpopular. From February 9th, 1942 to September 30th, 1945. From 1945 to 1966, there was no federal law regulating daylight savings. States and local localities were free to choose whether or not to observe daylight savings. They can choose when it began and when it ended. This caused confusion, especially among broadcast industry, as well as for railways, airlines, and bus companies, because of the different local customs laws. Radio and TV stations and transportation companies had to produce or publish new schedules every time a state or town began daylight or ended daylight savings time. On January 4th, 1974, President Nixon signed into law the Federal Emergency Daylight Savings Time Energy Conservation Act of 1973. Then beginning on January 6, 1974, Daylight Savings Time Act set clocks ahead. And on October 5th, Congress amended the act, returning to standard time on October 27th. Daylight savings time resumed on February 23rd, 1975, and ended on October 26, 1975. One of the big things they learned during the Franklin Demon Rat Roosevelt year-round stuff is that a lot of kids got killed during the wintertime walking to school, being hit by vehicles that couldn't see them. All right. So inconsistent use in the U.S. This article goes on more and more. The Uniform Time Act, et cetera, all the other crap going on. And one of the things here, where is it here? The Energy Policy Act of 2005 extended daylight savings times in the United States beginning in 2007, though Congress retained the right to revert to the 1986 law should the change prove unpopular, which it has, and they have refused to do so. Or if the energy saving was not significant. It has been a drain on, and there has been no energy savings by using daylight savings time. In fact, it has caused many states to lose money and many businesses to lose money. And there are dozens of studies out there proving this, but oh, we don't want to see it. And we can't go back on anything that was our party's push. So we're not going to go back on it. All right. So let me go back here. And so, anywho, yeah. So daylight savings time has been a snafu. And originally back when Benjamin Franklin suggested the Parisians do it because they were late night partiers. Well, during World War One, they go, "Oh, we need to save money by having everybody get up earlier, and change everything else." Which all the farmers hated, especially those in the dairy industry where they had to milk cows on a schedule. Actually, Kaylin, that's not quite true. That's not quite true. Senate passed a bill to make it year round. And the House has been sandbagging it, trying to keep it from going year round. The bill that Senate passed would make daylight saving time year round, which would result in a lot more kids being killed. And that's why the House keeps fighting back on it. Yeah, I was reading up on that one too, and it's like, you stupid idiots. And so and that's the thing is, everyone goes, well, we're wasting all that time, and we want to be able to do stuff in the evening, more gardening, more this, that, and the other. Get your butts up earlier before you go to work in the morning, and use that nice, beautiful morning sun to do yard work and other things. So when you get home, you can play around. Exactly. Mother Nature fights back and screws with all of us every time the time changes. Like, oh, you're messing with my clock here. Let me mess with your minds. Yeah. Yeah, they should have made standard permanent. They should have made standard the permanent and get because with all of our electricity use and everything else, it doesn't save us any money moving it forward 1 hour, because nightclubs go to morning time. A lot of the nightclubs and the big cities are 24/7 all the time. Places are open 24 hours a day. So there's no savings there. And one of the things is that that really has me ticked off is because all three of my kids nearly got killed walking the half a block to the bus stop because idiots were flying down the street in the dark when they extended it there for the extra week or so there. Into November. It was already getting so dark in the morning. It was getting bad before it normally would have ended, but afterwards it was like, and other kids that got killed on our street there. Street lights are up. People are just, and they're not paying attention. Exactly. It's daylight shifting, and you don't save anything. And actually, you're losing time anyways, and you're losing money. Businesses lose a lot of money with for the first 6 weeks after each change. They lose a lot of money due to lost productivity of their employees. So yeah, and so they need to get rid of it for safety's sake, because it's just not safe for the kids to be out there trying to walk to the bus stops in the dark. Yeah, and that's what it is. It takes about 6 weeks for your internal body clock to reset properly. Some people say, "Oh, I get used to it right away," and it's like, yeah, but your mind may get a little used to it, but the rest of your body isn't, and you're still under a lot of stress until your body finally adjusts. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Oh, I forgot to say hi, Tibor. What else we got here? But that's, it's just, it's always been a sore spot for us because we had cows and stuff. And all of a sudden we had to change the milking time. The cows hated it. We actually had a couple of the cows dry up because, changing in an hour and nope, screw this. And they went ahead and dried up. And it was like, yeah, exactly. But hey, oh, we're politicians. We know better. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do any of that stuff. It's just another way they're trying to control us. All right, so I got an announcement to make here concerning Monday night here. And let me put it up here so I can actually, come on. Schedule change. The Monday night fireside chat will start at 8 p.m. Eastern instead of 10, starting next Monday. It's just, there's been so many people asking, saying, they're trying, back in the Eastern time zone, 10 o'clock, I'm going to bed, blah, 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 blah. Please, can you move it earlier? And the last couple Saturdays are on Friday and Saturday. Actually, last Saturday stuff, we did the working with Dr. Paula, moved it up and stuff. And actually, when I've had Doc Mose and Nurse Amy on here, I've had to move it up, for them. It found it's just, it's going to be just easier. So Saturday, since we've moved it up already for a little bit, it's going to be moved up permanently to 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday for Saturday Survival. And for the Monday Fireside Chat will be also at 8 o'clock Eastern start time. I'm not changing the sun time. I'm just changing the time I'm starting, especially since it's been dark here, at 7 o'clock, before the time changed. So it's like, hey, I'm not outside doing anything. It's wet, it's rainy, or it's cold. So exactly. And you know what? I swear, after the time change, the roosters get out there and crow, and they're flipping us the bird. The roosters are flipping us the bird, saying, we're crowing at the same time anyways. And let's see here. That's something else. Okay. Dang it. I had something saved there. And decided to refresh on me. Here she is. Hey.
Hey.
You missed my rant.
Uh-oh.
I went on a rant about daylight savings time. I even read history from it. All the stupid time we went on it here in the United States was from 1918 to 1919. And Wilson, I forget who it was, the president at the time, made it 20. He made it, constant. No, he made it constant, whatever. Anyways, everyone hated it so bad it only lasted 7 months. They cut it off, and they did it for 2 years, and then they abolished it because everyone was hating it. And then Franklin Demon Rat Roosevelt made it 24/7, 365 days a year during World War II, and everybody hated it too.
Oh.
Now my wife, my mom, and my grandmother used to tell me about it, and everyone hated it, especially when you got into wintertime.
Yeah. I know. It gets super dark, and I don't like that. And
it's like shaving. Grow it back, grow it back, grow it back.
Well, it's nice in the morning when I take Fred to school because then it's lighter and I'm not driving in the dark. But at the same time, at night, it gets dark at 4:30 here. And it's like, gee.
It always has. And I remember back you know, in the 60s and stuff, there was no daylight savings time.
Yeah.
And we just right on through it and stuff. And it was just absolutely fine. You know, the chickens didn't screw up the chickens, they didn't screw up the cows, didn't screw up the pigs, didn't screw up any of the animals, and all was great in the universe. Up until a certain Congress passed it with such a majority that Nixon had no choice, but it would have been overridden automatically. So he signed it. But anyway, so starting next Monday again, 8:00 here, 8:00 on Saturday for Saturday Survival over on Gray Man Prepping. And hopefully this will also allow Tammy to come up here on Monday nights and talk food preservation with us as well. Since that's what for the next 8 weeks, I've already got it scheduled out, all the different topics for food preservation, canning, dehydrating, freeze drying, herbs, soups, cake mixes, one jar meals, one bag meals for seal meals type stuff. Got a whole bunch of that stuff already lined up in the chute in the chute. Sorry, I'm talking rodeo in the chute, ready to come bouncing out of the chute, onto the stage. Sorry, Lori, but a higher ranking official than me, aka the staff sergeant, said no, or you're never having again. So I got rid of it. Yeah, she kissed me once with it, and she about slapped me. She almost grabbed the scissors and started cutting it off. She told me to go shave. Hey, Skinner Farms. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Juliana's in the house. All right. Yeah. So anyway, so that's the announcement. We're going to be changing that around. And so let me go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, other way.
I can't stay for very long.
Yeah.
I came up to support you and your channel and make sure you guys give him a thumbs up. And I haven't been feeling good, and I go to my job tomorrow, so I'm gonna hit the hay.
Yeah.
A little earlier. I'm doing it's not going to be like this permanently. I just have to fill out all my paperwork this week. So, but yeah, so, but
yeah, what was it? Something
okay. You better.
Yeah. The problem was, because the daylight savings time changed my dad's work schedule and changed our school schedule, we had to change the cow's milking schedule as well.
Oh, that's horrible. So did you have to wake up super early?
Well, instead of waking up at the one time, we were, everything moved forward, school moved forward, waking up moved forward, cows moved forward, everything moved forward an hour.
Oh.
And it was, yeah. Oh, Lori, if you hit it, wait, you got both channels. Okay, so you can do it twice. Yeah, so Lori's in here with both Lori J and Prairie Rider. Yeah, anyways, let me get rid of that. But now that I don't have to work, and Chris is actually talking about either getting goats to milk or cows. It all depends on the type cow or the type goats. The cows we had were 50-50 Guernsey Jerseys.
Oh, okay. I love Jersey cows.
Yeah, but Guernsey Jerseys have this unique thing. They give a lot of cream with their milk. Like a gallon jar. We had gallon jars we'd fill up. Over a quart was heavy, 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 heavy paste-like cream. I could literally drop a quarter on it from a foot up, and it would stick and wouldn't go all the way in. Oh, it made the best ice cream. But once we skimmed all that off, the milk that was left, the skim milk, was richer than whole milk from the store. Oh,
wow.
Yeah. So we had a lot of neighbors and stuff that were buying milk from us, especially the Vianos at Viano's Vineyards. Yeah, they loved it. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Yeah, it's but the bad part about it was their teats were about that big.
Oh.
And so it's like this. There was none of the rolling the hand to milk it,
Yeah.
It was all. I tell you, man, the muscle in the back of my hand here was up big on my dad, my brother, and the muscles right in here, the one squeezing muscle. Oh, and it was like another thumb laying on there. The muscle would, when we tensed up, it would just go. It'd be like. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was, you're getting, trying to, this is when you do it with a cow, you milk it like this, and then you go to stripping for the final to get all of it out. Well, doing this was stripping the entire 3.5 gallons.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Problem is, Tibor, if you have other things to do, work and other stuff, you have to adjust the schedule and you have to adjust the milking time and the other chore times and stuff, because you have to get to school or you have to get to work, whatever else. And so now you've moved your time forward into their and they don't like it. In fact, one year we had a cow that, with the cows, if you keep milking them, they'll go so long before you have to let them dry up. Well, this one still had 2 more months to go. And when we did the time change on it, 2 days later, she dried up.
Oh, wow.
It was like, she did not like the time change. So, but yeah. So anyways, yeah. So if we get livestock up here, since I won't be, hopefully I won't be working still, or if I do, I can get an afternoon job or something like that. Anyways, I won't have to worry about doing that.
Yeah, I would love to get a cow, but hey, Tibor. But I think we're going to get Dexter cows for meat sometime next year. But for the most part, milking cow is out of the picture. So
well, our last 2 Guernsey jerseys we had, we bred them with a Black Angus bull. That meat was delicious, and they both dropped bulls, which we turned into steers.
Yeah,
and that meat was absolutely delicious. So, but so yeah, things are going to be changing up here with the time change a little bit. Hopefully, they'll do it. I'll actually going to try to pick up a laptop to so I'm not running that long cord in there, because I noticed when I did my cooking one, it was because that long cord, it was the camera kept jumping just a little bit.
Yeah.
And so if I get the laptop in there, it won't have that USB cord trying to run that signal 50 feet down into the office here. And then I got with Tammy up there, we can talk ahead of time about, okay, tonight we're going to talk about one jar meals, and I can do meatloaf in a jar or chili in a jar and pressure can it right there, because how however long it takes to pressure can stuff. And I know I've heard her talk about putting cold stuff in and bringing it up to pressure and using hot stuff and putting it in there with the hot water, and then pressure cooking it. And some things you can do that, and it's a lot faster because it's already hot.
Right. By the way, I sent your lids out today, and you should be getting them here in the next couple of days. I will not be doing any more giveaways to Canada after what I went through today.
What happened?
I had to fill out a lot of paperwork for shipping to Canada. It was ridiculous. Customs stuff. And it cost me an astronomical amount to send 4 ounces. Yeah.
Well, any giveaways to Canada or overseas, that's why I went to Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, it's easy because you can just send it through email. Yeah, I won't be doing a giveaway for Canada again. I can tell you that because it was quite expensive.
Yeah, so I know several other channels were doing that too. They were giving away stuff and said only for the 48 continental United States, because it costs more to send it up to Alaska and even to Hawaii. And then there was one that was doing a cost equivalent of a Amazon gift card.
Oh.
So. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, it's thanks to, I knew what you and Joe had your little talk, right, tonight?
Yeah, we put out our very first Grow Big TV video.
I did not get a thing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, there, it just popped up.
He just did it. We just literally stopped and we just did it. So
yeah, it just popped up. Okay.
Yeah. Skinner, the only reason why I want Dexter's is because I only have 2.5 acres. So small cows are the best for our situation. Yeah, but so we just put out that new video, and yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it, and we're going to have more stuff coming up. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun ride for sure.
And I froze again. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, I twice a year, I get on a rant about that stupid daylight savings time crap. But,
I know, though. It's pain.
Yeah. But on the bright side of it, this weekend, did everybody change the batteries in their smoke detectors? Did they take their fire extinguishers, check them, turn them upside down to make sure that the powder is still loose in them? Did you clean out the vents over your stove, the vents for your dryer, the vents for your bathrooms? All this stuff should be done twice a year. And it's a good time, good reminder time to do it. So, and I forgot, I should have put that on one of those your prep for today. Oh well, I'm getting old.
Yeah, while we were eating dinner, we watched your prep for today. Yeah. By the way, I was so excited because I made tomato soup and grilled cheese for dinner, and my son was just lapping it up. He just loved it so much. He loves crackers, so he just shoved all the crackers in the soup and was just like all about it. So he had a really good dinner tonight. He ate a lot. So
yeah, there were some problems with people reporting in. Everyone just kind of dropped off and stuff. I'm still working on my own stuff. This afternoon, before I took an afternoon shower today because I was working out through a fiberglass, and I'm down to 189. I had gotten down to 189 before. I was back up to 196. I'm back down to 189, and so I'm gonna see if I can keep it going. course, it's going into wintertime now. It's, going to get harder again because when it gets cold, the body wants to store fat. And so, but hey, in this day and age, since, everybody can shop at the store or they can food from the summer and have plenty of food, you don't have to store up body fat against lean times. My son asked my landlord if it'd be okay. He said yes. My son built it for me the next day. Yeah, my youngest son built my wife a redwood one using 2x12 redwood 2x12s and 2x4 redwood 2x4s for the corner to bolt it to.
Yeah.
And he did that for last year for Mother's Day. I think it was. But yeah, she goes when she finally moves up here, she goes, I'm bringing those. So we're going to be disassembling all the planters in the front yard and bringing the wood up here. Hey, price of wood, it's cheaper to bring it up here than trying to buy redwood up here.
Right.
And do it. Okay. Gained 2 pounds of muscle, lost 4 pounds of fat. So that's a 2 pound loss. Yeah. And since you have more muscle, it's easier to be more active, which helps you burn off a little bit more as well. So the more muscle you can put on, the more fat you'll burn off downstream as it goes along.
Yeah.
Weather is making Tibor nuts. Below freezing one day, then 71 today.
I know, it was so nice, but tonight we have a fire going. It was kind of cold tonight.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you heard it. The furnace was running. It kicked on just as I was playing the final the Monday night Fireside little flame thing, and so it was blowing. It just turned off a minute ago. But yeah. Oh, I'm waiting cautiously to see what the gas bill is going to be, because so far all our gas bill has just been the service hookup and the local taxes for having a service hookup.
Yeah.
And I think we actually I used $1 worth of natural gas last billing cycle.
All right, you guys, I'm actually going to get off of here so I can get ready for bed. But thank you for having me on, and I love you guys, and I'll see you all soon. So,
all right, have a good night's sleep.
Bye, y'all.
All right. Anybody else want to come up? There's the link. Oh man, it's been yeah. And in between Pierogi Monday, I was out in the shop moving stuff around, getting other stuff ready. I actually went out there and found the box of all the space blankets I'd used on the indoor garden in the house here, because I folded them all up so I could reuse them. And so I put some the green stake bars I was using to hold everything in place for the plants and stuff. Well, I made a cage out of those, and I just laid all that stuff over there. Hey, how's it going?
Oh boy, not that same problems again. Audio.
I can hear you. I can hear you. So I guess you just can't hear me.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, yay! Yeah, so basically I got all my two IBC tote planters that are in the shop covered with the space blanket material. In some places it's doubled because I've overlapped it halfway this way and overlapped it like that, so it lock on top. And so with the lights now, it should be getting, it'll also trap all the heat from the lights in there, and it'll reflect more light back at the plants. The plants should start doing a little bit better. Tomorrow I get to hook up actually, is it tomorrow? I can hook it up tomorrow, but it's not going to work as good until I get something here. Hang on, I'm checking my orders to see when it's supposed to arrive. Okay, so it's arriving Wednesday. Like I did with my other ones here. Let's see if I can show you guys here real quick. If I get my hand to move right. Underneath that fan is an aluminum plate that goes in there that sticks out that it rests on, so that the aluminum plate will heat up from the heat coming up and won't hit directly at the fan. And then it works more like it's supposed to, sitting on top of the wood burning stove, because it also has a safety thing. So if it gets too hot, it lifts off the one end up off it, so it's not conducting all the heat, and it works better this way and acts as a protection from the fans overheating. And anyways, I got some more of those 4-inch by 8-inch plates coming. I'm going to use 2 of them on the one out there to balance it out, and it'll work a lot better. And that way I can turn the Mr. Buddy I got for the shop on the lowest setting, and let it blow the little fan blow the heat in there over the plants to keep everything nice and warm and to encourage more growth during the wintertime. So that's going to be another experiment to see how well that works. But and that's just going to be temporary for a couple of weeks until I get the other area, all the roof or the ceiling OBS up and the insulation in the walls, and get that all done, so I can move those IBC totes into that area there, where I can enclose it a little bit better and get more heat for bang for the buck for the heat out of it. Yeah, fortunately he bought it just before the prices went stupidly skyrocketing, and he bought it during a low before the hurricane season storm started up, because as soon as it starts up there, all the prices in California goes up, because hey, they're shipping off all the plywood back east, because they get a lot more money. They jack the prices up back east and they ship it back east for the people that putting plywood over their windows and stuff, and they jack it up here because, hey, if you want us to leave some here, you're gonna have to pay the prices they're paying for it back east. Thank you, lumber companies. Hey, Moon, how's it going? And yeah, so hopefully my indoor garden is going to produce a lot more than my one in the house did, because it's got more soil out there, so everything will do good, and I'll be able to send excess over across the street to my daughter for them to eat and for them to give to the rabbits. Okay, and he's saying hi to everybody. So yeah, when does your daylight savings times change there, or you guys not do it anymore?
We changed our time last month, October 29th.
The last Sunday of the last Saturday night of the month, right? Or last Sunday of the month.
Yeah, between Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, and I bet everybody in your country doesn't like. Do they like it, or do they not like switching back and forth?
Some people do, some people don't like it, and I believe 2 years, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, they talked about that we should not remove the summertime and winter, or the winter time, so we only have one time.
Yeah,
but that was said that you could, every country had to decide which time they would keep, but I haven't heard of anything about it, so we still have to change the clock back and forward.
Yeah.
As
Well, I
usual.
look at it this way. Mother Nature's told us what the time is. High noon is high noon, not 11 o'clock. It's noon. Are you trying to grow anything indoors this winter?
My apartment is too cold.
Too cold? Yeah.
It's too chilly. So I had to run a extra radiator for it to keep up some heat here.
Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, I wanted to mention too. All right, so last Monday we had the 4,500 subscriber giveaway here on Camppatton Family Compound. Put this one here over here and bring up analytics. Maybe I don't want to bring up analytics. I'll just bring up the other one here. Comments. There we go. No comments there, but everybody should be able to see it. About an hour ago, I got the quit IQ here going. Now the bottom number you see there, 4802. So in a week, I picked up almost 300 subscribers because we were just a little bit past 4,500 last Monday. So we picked up like 279 subscribers in this last week. Thank you, YouTube, for pushing the channel out. YouTube does this every once in a while, but they've done it twice this year in the last 6 weeks. They did it for a week and a half in the beginning of October, and they're doing it again now. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm being nice since I moved all my prepping stuff most of it over onto Gray Man. They're pushing me out because all I'm trying to talk about most of the time is gardening and homesteading and stuff.
Yeah.
So. Cool. That's what it is. They are pushing, different videos out. Interesting thing is the number one, my number one video YouTube is pushing both times this year and last year is one that was I made in December of 2019. Oil lamps, alternative fuels for emergencies.
Yeah.
And in the last 28 days, I've gotten 46,979 views on that video.
That
in the
is
last month. If I let me go here, lifetime on that one. The lifetime viewing on that video is 209. And the average watch time is seven minutes. 37% of the watch time. The people watching 37% of it, the average. So some people click on it. I don't like it. It's like, fine, you don't want to learn. That's on your head. I'm trying to teach you something. But yeah, so if you guys come up with a good video, and I found out that most of my videos that do well are teaching videos, where I'm showing something or I'm doing something, demonstrating something. My top 5, the oil lamp one's number 1, the fuels, mixing 7,000 pounds of concrete in a Harbor Freight mixer and pouring it and doing all the work. My review of my Furman tri-fuel generator is number 3. Mixing 13,000, the following year, doing 13,000 pounds of concrete by hand in the Harbor Freight mixer. And then my Sharpile 6-in-1 sharpening survival tool. And so, and those were full length videos. After that, it's all shorts. All the shorts that, how shorts take off, but you don't get much watch time on a short, comparatively speaking.
You get a lot of views on shorts.
Yeah, I guess I got one of the views from last year, from the one when they're starting to pour in the concrete driveway, 12,000 views on the one, 8,000 on the other one for the concrete, 5,000 another one for the concrete. And what's interesting is the different time of the day I dropped it. They did, is when they did better. The part 4 of the pour, which was later in the day, that's the one that did the best. But yeah.
You need both views and the watch hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's the tricky part.
Yeah. Yeah. So anytime I get like my Furman generator, the percentage of watch time on it is 43%. Starting the concrete was 63%. And the two mixing concrete by hand myself were 25%, and the oil lamp was 37%. So, anyways, yeah, it's fun. It's fun what you can do. What's Tibor saying? Use your connection, see if the feds can shut down the atomic clock signal from Fort Collins. My G-Force watch still hasn't set its time back an hour. Sorry, those guys there don't like me, so. So Chris, the video you saw, that's when I still had the big mustache and the goatee and all the facial hair, right? That's when I was trying to protect my face for the winter by growing stuff on it. So I can grow around here. Good. Up here. Up on my cheeks where sideburns and the mutton chops would be, is sort of like the top of my head. And I put this thing back over there. There we go. But I also noticed that, guys, I'm not sure how many of you guys are getting on Facebook. I'm getting a lot of ads. I'll get 3 normal posts and then an ad. 3 normal posts, then an ad. Then 1 post and an ad. Then 3 normal posts and an ad. It's like ridiculous. I've only seen 2 ads I'm interested in out of the, I don't know how many I've seen over the last week. One was for the Arrow Garden, and it had a thing on click link below for see what our sale is, blah blah blah. Grow vegetables year round, fresh from your own indoor garden. And the other one was a body armor company.
Yeah, I get a lot of those ads too. On Facebook. It's annoying. It's a few I'm interested in. The rest is not that interesting.
Yeah, Halloween time, things change like you wouldn't believe with me. Hang on here. Yeah, I need to grab something over there. Yeah, Halloween time is been my favorite time of the year since I was a little kid. When I was 11, my brother and I started doing a haunted house. And we did it up until I was 11. I got married at 30. And it was about 7 years later than when we did our last one. So, but, you know, I still have friends that pop up around. Hey, what's going on there? Hey, guys. Hey, how you doing there? Ooh. Hey, May, a little kiss and tongue here now. Hey, I'll see you guys later. Yeah. Okay, let's think about doing a week of meals at a time goes for your challenge. I can make 1 week. Yep, you can make it. You can do it. You don't have to cover all the videos. You can just do do like, all right, this is what we're doing for most of the breakfasts. This is what we're doing for several of the lunches and dinners. Just show a couple, but the main thing is to show is the meal plan, saying what you're having for what meals. And say if you're doing only 2 meals a day, you know, put it in there and fill out what it is and stuff, and then talk about the expenses. If you have receipts, see, here's the receipt. You guys can read it later fast. Yeah, but yeah, it's Halloween. Halloween is my time of the year. I mean, the last haunted house my brother and I put on, we ran it a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday night. The following week, we ran it a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday night. The following week, we ran it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday was Halloween. And every night, we had a line up to the street corner, down to the street corner, around to the going around, and it's like, you know, we had, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people coming through every night. We had 5 guides taking groups through, practically right on each other's tail, and taking the groups through the haunted house. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it was great. Best time I had was watching Count Dracula make the football players scream like sissy girls. The macho football players being all macho. And next thing you know, Dracula jumps out, lands right in front of him, and seriously, they were like, ah! And the girls that were with them going, what? Oh yeah. And of course, the best scare part of the whole thing, every group panicked on it. We built a bridge that was 4 foot wide, and it was about 16 foot long. Had 2x6 railings, 3 boards on each side, and on the one side was solid bamboo. On the other side was a swamp that we built. And the swamp, we had some animatronics in there. We'd have a head start popping up, had a pipe barely under the water coming over to the bridge with holes in it. And so as the air hit it, it started going across, and they'd see something coming at the bridge, and the bridge was on pneumatics and would go powered down 4 inches when the air bubbles got to it. You want to talk about people freaking, and then they had another monster come at them from behind, so they go, oh, we can't go back, we got to go forward. And the guides, we had 4x4 posts there, and we would wrap our arms around the post and our legs. And so we're standing there, you know, we're talking now, we're blocking them, and they'd hit us like they're like, and they couldn't get through. And then the guy up above us started bouncing the bridge. And yeah, and then it's just, you know, and then we do, you know, I'd let go, other guys would let go, and they all go falling into the next room, which was Frankenstein's laboratory. We had a lot of little kids come through, and we would group the little kids together. And we had besides our 5 guides, we had a couple runners, and the runners would go ahead of us and warn little kids, tone it down, and we tone it down for the little kids. And oh yeah, there were some little kids that were terrified. They'd hear all the screaming and they go in there, and we tone it all down, and they're like, "This isn't scary. This is fun." And they go through, and of course we wouldn't drop the bridge on them. But we do the air bubble and do stuff like that. When Frankenstein came to life, the table would sit him up, and he would sit there and just wave at him instead of chasing him. All right, Doris, have a good night. And yeah, so we tune it down as for the little kids, and then when we get the cocky college kids and high school kids, seniors and stuff, oh, nothing scares me. Oh yeah, we actually made several of them pee their pants. You don't come in saying cocky, it ain't gonna scare me, nothing's gonna scare me, because we will scare you. Especially when I had that big cloak on, and the cloak's over me and stuff. And I come up behind him as I came out the exit. I come around to the beginning and see the crowd. I get right up behind the guy and go, "Hello," and the guy would jump, or I would bring this guy up and run it around up in front of him, and so he's looking right at it, and just they would freak out. As soon as they freak out the first time, I wouldn't yell or anything. I would just talk softly, And sometimes scaring people less is more. Once their heart was going and the adrenaline was going, they were done for the night. They could not act macho. We were nailing them everywhere. Okay, one guy jumped. Yeah, like I said, if it's a good haunted house, they have people watching. When the little kids come through, they tone it down for the little kids. But gardening. All right, so who is gardening indoors this year, guys? Who out there is going to garden indoors? Even if it is a... hang on, I'm going to jump over here, bring it over here, see if I can find that. I hate it when, no, there it is. There it is. Here we go. Save an extra 10% off bundles at checkout. So it went from, price was $167.20, went down to $101.07 for the Arrow Garden. So there's they had their sale and they added an extra 10% on it. So that's something I've thought about doing. Actually, my wife has actually thought about doing it there, but it's like she goes, I don't eat that much lettuce. The boys don't eat that much lettuce. Now, if they had one that would grow pizza, we'd be good on that. Because my boys would eat pizza 24/7 if they could. Watch Black Friday. Amazon. Okay, this popped up just before I went live, so I haven't had a chance to go over to Amazon and do the comparison on it. But this was bundle shopping, so I'm not sure how much this one particular one is. Let me see if I can click on it and see what happens. It goes straight to their page. And I'll just bring this up here for you guys to look at here. Ooh, when to spin, sign up for extra. Okay, they got, this is the Elite for $117. Super bundle. Seed starter. Yeah, so bundle and save 10%. So depends what you're bundling and getting, I guess. That's what's going on there. And I know Modern Refugee has one, and it was last December, I think it was. He did a review on what he was on his second, harvest. He was going through it. All right, T-Bar, have a good night. Normally 169. Okay, that would have been the that would have been the Harvest Elite starting bundle. So it must have been on one of those flash 1 days only sales, and or one of the ones that's up there for like 6 hours and that's it. You had to catch it just right. All right, so Juliana is going to do some mushrooms, and she has the microgreen kits too. Brenda's growing mushrooms in her kitchen. If that counts, yes, it does. You're growing food indoors. Or like Uncle Al says, grow the mushrooms underneath the house in the crawl space. Yeah, growing, you got to be careful about how much stuff you grow and what you grow in, and where, if you're in a rental. Oh shoot, I forgot to bring those carrots in. But they're still doing fine out there. Yeah, depending on what you're growing, if it fits on a counter space there, and you're just growing some lettuce. Lettuce is probably the easiest thing to grow indoors. And if you have an arrow garden that looks all nice and sits there and has its own little light on it, looks like a little thing, most landlords aren't going to say anything about that. And CR is in the house. Juliana says it's $79.99 for the harvest right now. And it's weird. I've noticed some companies like that, they'll do that. They'll put it on Amazon cheaper than they have it on their own website. Probably, people say, well, it's this much on their site, but on Amazon it's cheaper. And so they get more. I guess they make more sales by selling it on Amazon. So far, no complaints about all the pots on your deck. Yeah, outside pots on a deck outside, they're probably not going to say much about that. You posted the link. There it is. All right, there's the link up there. So how am I going to do this? I got. Unfortunately, I can't pull the link from StreamYard. So give me a second here. And I'm going to drop that down, bring this up. That there, YouTube. So I got to go into Gray Man Prepping to pull it from there. And there it is. Okay, and I might as well give myself a thumbs up from there. And open it there. And let's see what we got going here. Okay, here we go. Here it is, folks. This is the 79. It's 52% off right now. You must have had it like at 70% off, Juliana, if you get it down to the 49. Wow. But there it is. Regularly 169, 164.95, so 165 down to $80. Rounding up to that 5 cents. So, wow, that's the harvest. Now I'm just going to see what how much the Harvest XL is. No discount off the Harvest XL, and unavailable. The Harvest XL bundle has sold out off of Amazon. It probably went by too, so. Wait a minute, what? It just changed there. That just went up. Black. I'm on the white. Let's see what the black looks like. Yeah, so all right. So the black is 79. The white is, or the gray is 88. Which is in here. So sage is 79, and the white is 98. So I guess the different colors also have, it's just the way they're priced, the way they move. So go back to the black. Looks like 21-day germination guaranteed. Shoot, putting my Grand Rapids lettuce in that thing, in 21 days you'd be harvesting, not germinating, harvesting. That Grand Rapids lettuce likes it. The last time I did it, in 16 hours it germinated. Of course, I was also using my little tray thing with the putting on paper towels, damp paper towels, and spraying my solution of a little bit of fertilizer and a Epsom salt on it, and it just went. Yeah, when I moved it around, it changed it. Yeah, so. Yeah, so that's the other thing you got to do. You got to check if it comes in multiple colors. You got to check the different colors, because the one that pops up first may not be the best price. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. Cool, Chris. Yeah, I did a couple of different ones on it, showing different things, but yeah, you may have watched, if you watched the go-in where I was showing the blue spray bottle with the solution I made for it and stuff. That's the better one. And that the fertilizer stuff I got off of Amazon. I went through all the different ones and found the ones with the right numbers and stuff on it, and that's the one I got. Wow, whoa, time all of a sudden flew here. All righty. So let me come over to this computer over here real quick for a second. So Joe posted a video about almost not quite an hour ago. The Grow Big TV put out their first video tonight. So when you're done here, go look for that. And actually, wait a minute, maybe I can, I can do this. Hang on, since I got it up over here. There it goes. And I'm getting the ad for it. So I'll just go over here and I will come back here. And here is the link to Joe's, Joe and Courtney's video. There it goes. That's the link to Joe and Courtney's video. You guys can watch it when we're done here. Coming up here tomorrow is, should I get the right date here? Yeah, wet weather prepping is tomorrow. We're going to talk about, all the things that you need to go through of your preps that you had last year. Go through and inspect them. Make sure they still protect you against wetness. All the different things we talk. All the different things you can do about protecting your preps from wet as well. So that's tomorrow night on Gray Man Prepping. Friday, back here on Camppatton Family Compound, is how do you relax your mental health during the wintertime? Cabin fever. So we're going to be talking about that too. How you can keep from getting cabin fever, right, CR? And then Saturday is Dr. Paul Ruffin Part 3. By request, by several people wanted Part 3, so we're doing Part 3. And it's starting at 8 at the new time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And if it goes like last week, we'll go 4 hours. All right. And then, of course, next Monday, we're starting 2 hours early next Monday. And we're going to talk, and the topic is winter canning here on Monday night. So, so Kaylin goes camping to get rid of cabin fever. Yes. All right. CR, quickly. The video, the live stream you did where you were talking about the different programs for editing and stuff like that. If you could find that real quick and put that link into the chat for Juliana. She needs to watch that video because she doesn't have a computer. All she has is her phone. She wants to know how to edit and trim and edit and put her several little videos together on her phone. So if you can find that and just throw that up there, and then she'll probably email you or see about talking more about it, offline or something possibly. All righty, folks.
I'm using my phone for my videos, and I edit on my phone as well. So,
all right, Juliana, there's someone else you can talk to right there that edits on their phone. All right, so thank you, Shadow, for coming up here.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you everybody in the side chat for putting up with my rant about daylight savings time. And if you can, take advantage of the stuff going on over there on Amazon for the sales going on, and try to grow something indoors this winter. Experiment, learn. So next year you can grow more, and the following year you can grow even more. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming by, and we will see you tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping.